Good afternoon, and welcome to the Happy Half Hour. I'm Leigh Kubin.
And I'm Sandra Priestley. Welcome to our podcast. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
This is our first podcast recording since you came back from Japan. I am dying to hear all about it. Oh my gosh. Like, I cannot wait.
It was the most beautiful, magical trip
Really?
that I think I've ever been on. Now, it was go. Like, we landed at 3:30 in the afternoon. Logan picked us up. It was about a 2-hour drive to his house. We walked to 7-Eleven for dinner.
Oh, fancy.
That's a thing there. We had dinner and we hung out that night. We tried to stay up. And so we've been up 36 plus hours.
Oh.
And then went to bed, slept like a log, got up in the morning, got ready, and hit the road. And it was like that every single day. Like, we had things to go do. And my main thing when Mona and Logan were saying, what do you want to do when you're here? And I'm like, the only thing on my agenda is going to the temples. That's it.
Mhm.
I mean, I want to do other things, but I don't care what those other things are.
Right.
And so that didn't happen until about day 5. And we had adventures every day, and it was unbelievable. So I didn't feel like, where are the temples? It was just like, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. And Mona had to go to work, and Maria was in school. And that was our temple day. So it was just me and Logan and Paul.
Cool.
And I brought my goddess.
Oh, you did.
I did. And I really made peace with it. And I was like, it's all going to be fine. I'll find a replacement. Like, then I'll have a piece of me in Japan and a piece of Japan with me. It's going to be fine. So we get to the first temple, and this is the temple that Logan got that Buddha for me last year for my birthday.
Yes, I remember.
Sits in my office, and I love looking at that Buddha. It just brings me peace. And knowing that he loves that temple so much, and he was there, and it came from Japan. And so we're walking into the temple, and I start getting emotional. Like, it was just moving. There were monks walking around, and it just, my soul was just like, it felt unbelievable. And then we approach the Buddha, which is enormous. And I think I don't know if it's 800 or 1200 years old, but it's old.
Right.
Built a long, long time ago. And I'm just standing there looking up at this Buddha and feeling immense peace and calm, and knowing that all is well. And we're not really speaking. We're just walking around in awe. And I'm standing there just looking up at it. And then we get the incense, and we're burning some of that, and then we're putting it on the altar. And Logan goes, do you want to go inside? And I'm like, there's an inside? And so you go around the side and you walk down these stairs, and then you go up these very narrow stairs up into the Buddha. And that was just like, and these little maybe temples, I don't know, all over, and just walking around, soaking it up, reading about these different deities, say that right, and what they mean for us. And so I did a few blessings, and then I did one in the water, and then we found this Buddha, and it was by a pond, and you would dip. It's like holy water, I guess, their brand of holy water. And so you scoop up in this little ladle, and you pour it on his head. And So that was super cool. And then we're just walking through all of the pathways. And Logan goes, "Do you want to go to the top?" And I'm like, "Sure." And so we walked, I don't know how many flights. They're not stairs, but they're like stone steps that went up to the very, very top of this mountain. So we could look down on the city and see the beach and the ocean. And it was just there was not a lot of talking. It was all of us, I think, were just in awe of where we were and what it felt like and what we were looking at. And it was such a gratitude moment for me. And all the while, everywhere we go, where's the altar? I brought my goddess and my stone. I had one in each pocket on my pants. And the stone that I did at the beginning of the year, because I felt like I wanted
Cool.
it to soak up that energy.
Yeah.
There was never a place to leave an offering. Now, there were places to leave blessings and things like that, but it wasn't from us. It was like, put some incense here and put this, but there wasn't and I thought, oh,
Your goddess was meant to come back with you.
yeah.
Cool.
But I was ready to let it go. But it was a beautiful, magical trip. The time with the kids and the time with Maria and Paul, and he was able to relax. And interesting, he's checking his emails every day and he starts getting all of these, "We want to set up an interview with you." And I'm just laughing, going, "Of course they do."
Yeah.
And when we booked the trip, I knew that this time frame is when we typically get some sort of ice apocalypse.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "But what if what?" And I just heard, "If you're not supposed to go to Japan, then you won't be going.
Yeah.
But just trust." And so I'm checking the weather as we're leaving to go, and weather's clear. It's a little chilly, but clear. And when we're there, I see that an ice storm is coming. And then I'm like looking at the days going, let's check this out. And interesting, it was hitting here in Japan at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Because like there are some of their trains are down right now because there's so much snow. We get back on Thursday night and the storm does not hit until Saturday afternoon.
Nice.
And I thought, I am always in the right place at the right time. We have impeccable timing. We were able to get home, get to the store to get what we needed, what was left, because our neighbors went a little crazy. But it all just worked out in this beautiful way. But I was just filled with always in the right place at the right time.
I love it. And I think I would feel exactly the same way. Like I have had this, I don't know, when I was young, I was always um like I wanted to see the seven wonders of the world. I have no idea why, but that was sort of on my bucket list, like from probably 8 years old. And so I kind of think of the way that you describe this Buddha is kind of the way that I envision the pyramids.
Yeah.
Like, how is it possible this many centuries ago? We could not recreate that now.
Oh, nope.
But how did they do this? How did they create this Buddha centuries ago? How did they have like they carved stairs and
Uh-huh.
like how did they manage this? How did they create these temples?
Right.
And
Yeah.
the I mean, even when you think about it, like the pyramids are so created with such mathematical genius that
Precision.
we do not have today.
No. And have you ever been to the pyramids?
I know not in Egypt, but I have been to the one in Chichen Itza in
Okay.
Mexico.
Because it's amazing. And the way they have like an altar at one of them,
Mm-hmm.
and the way the sun, they built it so the sun can come through it. And it it's
I
unreal.
know.
Yeah.
Well, and even like in Chichen Itza, I remember when Cam and I went, like the one pyramid that's there, depending on the sun, it looks like there's a snake that is going up the stairs. I'm like, how is that even possible?
Yeah.
How did they do that? Like, how did they? And then,
How do they
like,
know?
there's a ball court, and it's wild because you stand on one side of the ball court and you clap 7 times, but you hear it 8.
Yeah.
And I mean, as if you're clapping,
Right.
like as if you're clapping 8 times, but you're not. It's just 7. It is the wildest, and I just think how magical that is. Like, how did
It
they
feels
do
like
this?
sacred ground.
It does. It feels it exactly. And I mean, I was just in Mexico. I wasn't.
No,
I
and
was.
that's where we saw the pyramids as well, but it still
Yeah,
felt.
it does. It feels sacred. It feels
Mhm,
absolutely, and just like, how did how did they do this?
mhm.
You know, I have heard that aliens created them, and I'm like, that's probably the best example,
And
or the
that's
best
kind of
reason.
like
Because
that makes sense.
most sense. It makes most sense
Yeah.
because we couldn't recreate them today.
Mm-mm.
So how could we have done this? Stonehenge, I don't know,
Yeah.
right? Like it's
But I
just,
love it.
but you're right. It does feel like sacredness, like sacred ground, like there's something so calming and spiritual.
Yeah.
Like I imagine Sedona is probably like
Oh,
that. You know, people say Sedona is like that.
yeah. Sedona, when you're just driving in, I remember crossing some red rocks and feeling a shift in my body.
Really?
Mhm. And I was
Wow.
like, oh, what was that?
Wow.
And my energy level changed. I was so calm, but like I didn't want to sleep. Like I
Really?
was full of it, not hyper, just like ready to play and
Power.
explore. Yeah. Yeah. So
Wow.
crazy. Crazy.
I know, it's like there's so much in this world that's so
Yeah.
unexplainably magical.
Hmm.
Like just like you know, and I
And
often think about this with feng shui too, right?
yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know why it works. I don't know why we can manifest things. I don't know why intention matters other than it's where you're putting your focus.
And that's it. That's it.
But like I don't know how we can make things happen like we do. Sometimes I don't know why I can walk into a room and feel it,
Hmm.
but it can, right? Like you can
Yeah.
feel when something's off. You can feel when there's a shift. If you really pay attention, I think some people say that they can't, but it's just that they've blocked themselves off
They've
from
turned
doing
that
it.
off.
But there's so much that I think is so unexplainably beautiful. And yet we spend a lot of time in our thoughts, in our logical mind, and we detach from magic.
And if we had been logical about this trip and
Right?
said, well, Paul's not working, we can't go to Japan, we would have missed this magic over the last week.
And he may not have gotten those job offerings
Right.
or the interview
Interviews. Yeah.
offerings,
Yeah.
right? Because it does, like, it's amazing how as soon as we open ourselves up to magic, magic happens. Like, we get into receiving mode. You were in receiving mode. You weren't speaking, you weren't like analyzing, you were just there to receive, and then bam, he receives emails. Like, it's the way that the universe works, but we spend a lot of time
Trying
focusing
to,
on what we don't fucking want.
or trying to make things happen.
Trying to
And
make things
I
happen.
heard an
Exactly.
analogy, and I'm gonna butcher it, so bear with me. But it was like when you want butterflies in your yard, you don't chase them to come to your yard.
Oh, you
You
went,
plant
oh,
a beautiful garden to attract them. And if they
such a good
don't,
analogy. Oh my God, I love it
uh-huh,
so much.
and if they don't come to your beautiful garden, you still have a beautiful garden. But I know firsthand, we will sit on our back patio and watch the butterflies come in. We'll sit out there and watch the birds. Paul got a bird feeder for Christmas, and he has put a tripod out on the back patio facing the bird feeder to get pictures of all of the birds.
Oh,
And of course we sit out there and we watch the squirrels climb up, and then they can't get past it, so they slide down. And it's just so much fun to just sit and watch nature. But our life is like that too. We don't make those birds and squirrels and butterflies hang out back there. We attract them.
yeah.
And when we can start getting deliberate in our life about what we want, how do we attract that?
I know.
It's where the magic's at.
I know. I have been on Instagram. Shay was sending me this message, and I love astrology.
Mm.
I don't really understand it, but I love listening to it. And to be honest, I used to, in the newspaper, like they used to have your horoscope of the day
I
from the
would
time.
every day, I would read it.
Me too. Not shocking, we would both, but like
Yeah.
every single day as a young kid before I went to school, I was like reading my horoscope for that day
Yeah.
so that I knew what was coming.
Even though I was told it was witchcraft and from the devil,
Oh,
I was
see,
kind of doing it on the sly. But yeah, yeah.
it's so wild. So, anyway, Shay sends me this reel on Instagram, and it's that today is the most powerful. So, today, when we're recording this, is January 26, 2026. It is the most powerful day for manifesting. And so, the premise is, or the astrologically speaking, it's that Neptune is today moving into Aries.
Okay.
So Neptune rules intuition, insight, spiritual insight, like all of that lovely sort of universal energy that,
Yeah.
And then it's moving into Aries, but Aries governs action, courage, change, speed, like moving
Yeah.
energy. And I love this combination because it was like, listen to your intuition and fucking move your ass.
Mm.
Right. And then 2026, of course, numerologically speaking, is a one energy. So one is like, go, let's start over, fresh
Yeah.
start, all of these things. And January 26, 2026 is a one day. So I'm like, oh, everything is aligning. It's not just the planets, it's like
Yeah.
everything is aligning. I read that the last time Neptune was in Aries was in the late 1800s. So this doesn't happen for long periods of time,
Right.
or like it doesn't happen often. And I believe that it is for 14 years
Mhm.
that Neptune is in Aries.
So does that
So
mean we're in this intuition go, go, go for?
yes. Like listen to your intuition and then take some fucking action. Listen to your intuition. Like it's the time where we're going to really be able to hone our spiritual gifts.
Mm-hmm.
And then not just like listen to them and then go and eat a fucking sandwich, but like listen, decide, make a plan, take some action based on that intuitive hit, that intuitive nudge, that knowingness.
Yeah.
Not fear, because that's not intuition,
Well,
but
intuition is quiet, fear is loud.
exactly. Intuition is like that. For me, it's just like this complete sense of calm minus any emotion.
Yes.
So
No
even if
excitement, no fear, just
neutral,
knowing.
yeah. And even when I find, even when maybe it's something unwanted that is going to happen,
Mm-hmm.
I still don't have any fear.
Mm-mm.
I
Mm-mm.
still have this calm knowingness of shit, this is going to happen. What do we need to do? Like it is very much so. Like even when it's unwanted, I
Yeah.
have had the same thought, the same feeling of, oh shit, this isn't going to be good. And there's emotion tied to it. That is my thoughts.
Yep.
But oh my gosh, I just thought, how amazing for us to move into, like, how exciting is 2026 going to be? And also, how exciting to move into this 14 years of like honing our intuitive gifts and taking action based on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how awesome. Plus, on February 17th, we're moving into the fire horse energy, which is like speedy take action. Like, it just to me feels so exciting, so beautiful. I absolutely love it. And this Neptune in Aries is like yin and yang. That's how it feels to me. Like just such balance, yin and yang. Listen and take action.
I love this.
I love it too.
So now it's how do I share this with others right now that are losing their minds,
Yeah.
rightfully so,
Yeah.
over the craziness that's going on in this country right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are in the angry phase when they look around and they see what's going on. And some of them are angry and some of them are like, what? It's this weird, like, did you not just see innocent people being shot? And the government is lying about what happened. And we can see that with our own eyes.
Yeah.
And I get the outrage, but I also want to go, but what do we want? Can we
Right.
collectively, and especially with this energy you're talking about,
Mm.
of focusing on what we want and setting our intention there, and then listening to that quiet, not the fear,
Yeah.
but that quiet nudge of what to do next.
Yeah. I always visualize myself in the center of a tornado.
Oh.
Because in the center of a tornado, it's calm, it's peaceful, it's
Mm.
completely fucking beautiful. And everything, all of the cows and the
In the
like the
houses and
buildings and the
cars.
houses, they're all spinning around me. But I have the knowledge that I can sit inside
Mm.
and create what I want and feel that peace now. And I feel like too many people are getting in that reactive state of choosing to step into the tornado,
Right.
choosing to step, like they're like a whole bunch of those little, on Twister, I
Yeah.
see people, those little things that they let go into the air.
Mm-hmm.
They're just spinning around and collecting bullshit data and like
Right.
and then not being able to get out of it.
Well, because it's like once you lose it, it's hard to get it back.
Exactly. Same
And
as, what do you do when you're going to have a baby, right? This is my same story,
yeah,
right?
same
Like,
thing.
going to have a baby without epidural. What do? I don't lose it.
Yeah.
Because once you start to kind of go down that rabbit hole, it's really hard to get it back.
Correct.
But if you think, what is it that I can control? The only thing that I can control is my own energy, my own response, my own state. Otherwise, if we engage with any of that bullshit, if we speak about it, if we think about it, if we're touching on it, we're reading it on social media, it's the algorithm, right? We're going to get more of that shit.
Yeah.
If we listen to people talk about how fearful it is, how crazy it is, what are we going to do here? Like, we're engaging with it. We're bringing more of it. We're creating our own universal algorithm.
Yeah.
So
it is a difficult spot, because I see it. I understand the outrage. I understand the fear.
Yeah.
But from where I sit, everything always works out for me. And people suffer in the best of times, and they thrive in the worst of times. It depends on what their focus is. But it's really hard to say that to someone that's in the depths of despair. That's where I struggle, because they're like, you should be over here with us, fighting and bitching and moaning and regurgitating the ridiculous things that happened that day.
Yeah.
And when I can see that.
Yeah.
And why they feel that way. But I also know what it brings, which is just more of it.
Well, and I feel as though I know exactly how you felt, because there was years where I felt the same. I felt like, can I just close the doors, stay in my own little bubble?
Yeah.
And not react and just create from within. And it was tough to not get fearful. What am I willing to do, and what am I willing to give up? Sometimes being an activist means giving up your peace. And so you kind of got to decide, like, what is the hill you want to die on?
Right.
For real.
Well, and I'm trying to figure out how to be an activist and keep my peace at the same time.
Right.
And I don't know if those two can be married.
I think of Mother Teresa, though. Like, couldn't you be an activist for peace? Couldn't you have that embody that beauty, that peace, that, like, be the person who talks about the inner, like the inside of the tornado?
Yeah.
Right.
And
like,
that's what I was telling Lily that yesterday. Like, the only thing that we can control is us.
Yeah.
And the only thing we can do is try to get this community united, because we're all so divided. But that's starts with us, because the only thing we have control over is us. So maybe that's my activism.
And they do say that love heals.
With that, I believe we are out of time.
We are.
This is awesome. Thank you so much, Sandra.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next Thursday on the Happy Half Hour. Bye.
Bye.